Camp NaNoWriMo is here. If you've followed my blog a long time, like a really long time, you'll know I'm a NaNoWriMo enthusiast. I participated the first time in November 2014, and I loved it so much I went back again the next year. And in 2016, I discovered my beloved month of writing wasn't solely in November. That's where Camp NaNoWriMo, which takes place in April and July, comes into play. But how can we ensure we do well at camp? What steps can we take to help us meet our goal? That's what we'll talk about today. How to own Camp NaNoWriMo and set yourself up for success. Number 1, check your cabin settings. Let's talk about cabins. A cabin is an online group of you and 18 other writers. You get sorted into your chat a week before the month starts. And it's fully customizable, so you can alter your settings to get cabin mates under specific criteria. If you opt for a cabin, it's a unique opportunity to hear from like-minded writers from all over the world. And yes, it's quite safe. If talking to strangers isn't your thing, which I totally understand, cabins are optional as a whole. And if you have some writer friends, you can create your own group and chat with them instead. Number 2. Did I say number 1 for the last one? Number 2. Set a goal above what you think you're capable of. A few years back, I planned to set my word count goal at 35,000. I was just starting to look at my work seriously, so I hadn't written anything longer yet. Believe it or not, one of the NaNoWriMo sites used to have a test that could determine how high your word count goal should be. I tried it just for the heck of it. When it suggested I set my goal at 56,000, I was beside myself and terrified. I ended up writing 50,000 that month, which was more than double my previous full-length story. I could go on and on with several tales just like this, but I'll spare you those. The point is, never underestimate yourself. I always suggest setting your goal slightly above what you think you can do. Trust me, meeting your impossible goal is much more rewarding than you think. Number 3, utilize word sprints. Word sprints are just an all-around good idea. There is no downside. It's just as it sounds. Set a timer and write non-stop until it goes off. This is a great tool because you can drastically boost your word count in only a few minutes. And your writing voice truly comes out when you're not pressured to get it right the first time. Make word sprints more enjoyable. I like to keep track of my scores. This is another thing you can share with your cabin. Number 4, give your project a name. It's a small step, but filling out your project's info page is key. There are custom fields on the page for your title, goal, synopsis, and excerpt. Additionally, there are drop-down lists for project type and genre. You can even upload a cover, which I recommend if you can make one. Entering this information is a good way to keep yourself accountable throughout the month. You should also take advantage of the progress stats on the site for the same reason. Number 5, self-care is important. When working on a project that means something to him or her, a writer tends to neglect their own self-care. Please be mindful of this, especially if you have a hefty goal. Here's a little habit you can pick up. Always keep water by the keyboard or notebook while you're writing. This will keep you focused and, shockingly enough, water is healthier than coffee. Sorry to drop that truth bomb on you, but it's true. Most writers listen to music while they write. This is good for you. Music relieves anxiety, and it can actually improve your performance. Number 6, don't let yourself get stressed. This is the most important point of all. Camp Nano is supposed to be a fun challenge. It isn't supposed to challenge your fun. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. If you let doubt cripple you, it will hinder your project. Remember, confident writing is good writing. What is your goal this Camp Nano? What steps do you take to reach it? Let's talk in the comments. Because no one ever comments on my stuff, so I'd like to encourage that. And before you go, be sure to watch our blooper video below. My producer specializes in comedy, so you can believe me when I say it's hilarious. Happy writing, Rhymos. Yum, yum, yum. I've already eaten 5 of these today.
You should say that's a wrap and take a bite.
That's a wrap. It's not good. Do not roast beefs by the campfire. I mean, it's not awful. Actually, it's growing on me.